welcome to the Real Lash Talk. This is our first episode, and we're going to start off by introducing ourselves. My name is Anna.
And I'm Sarah. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to be starting this first episode, introducing ourselves so you guys can get to know us a little better and maybe talk about the goals that we have for this podcast, because we have great ideas and we would love to share with everyone that's going to be watching, and hopefully we're able to help out other people in the same industry or just in general. So we're going to dedicate this podcast mostly to the girls in the beauty industry, so we're super excited about that. Okay, so we're going to start off by getting to know Anna a little better. We're going to be asking her some questions so that we can start to know her and see how her lash journey started and all of that good stuff.
Then I'm going to ask her some questions, and you guys will get to know us a little bit better. And yeah, we hope you enjoyed this episode.
Alright guys, so now we're going to get started. I'm going to be asking Anna a couple questions so we can get to know her a little better and how she started this her business and her lash journey and how she became a lash artist and all of that good stuff. So, first question is, when did you get licensed and what school did you go to?
So, I got licensed in 2021. I still remember the month, so it was in May. I went to Bella's Academy in Chula Vista.
Okay.
And I took the 6-month program.
Did you complete it in the 6 months?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it was like 600 hours.
Yeah. Oh, you did it full time?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it was during COVID time actually, so it was like hybrid.
Okay.
I would go to school half, and then at home would be online.
What made you want to start lashing? Or did you go to school and then you figured like what's in the esthetician program and then you're like, I want to do lashes? Or did you already go in there thinking you wanted your license to do lashes?
I knew how to do lashes way before I even started school, while I was learning. And what made me go into lashes was getting my own lash extensions done. I remember that, my lash girls, they would get their money,
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, I want to be like that too. Get my money, stack it up. That's when you had to be licensed, and in order, to touch somebody's face.
And when did you realize that lashing could actually be a real business and you could actually make money and pay bills with it?
Actually maybe 2 years into lashing, that's when I kind of realized that I was actually making my money. Because the first year, girl, it was so hard. I was like, am I even gonna last long in this?
Yeah.
Because it was hard to get clients. It was so hard because some girls already had their lash girlies, you know, and so.
And if you have your lash girl, dude, you don't go bouncing around.
No, you don't go bouncing around.
It's like guys with their barbers that they're like, no, this is my barber. Like, I'll cheat on my girl, but I won't cheat on my barber. Yes.
So I felt like all the girls that I would ask already had their girl, So I'm like, damn, I don't want to break them up, but
let me practice.
Yeah, let me give you a free set. But honestly, it all started with family.
Okay, now that you said free set, how much did you start charging when you first started charging?
Girl, oh my god. You know what? I remember I started charging $55.
Dude, I started charging $50.
Dude,
for like 4 hours of work.
Really?
At that point, I was like, no, girl, ya ni me pagues.
Dude, no.
Just go.
Talking about the time, honestly, I think I took 3 hours, and I had to push myself. I was like, I cannot do this in 3 hours. But then I realized.
But when you were getting your lashes done at that point, how long was your lash artist taking on you?
For full sets, they would take up to 2 hours. The fills, I do recall it was about 1 hour, sometimes 1 hour.
So they're like a pro.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I was like, I need to be like that. And I would push myself a lot mentally, and that's how I achieved, I think becoming fast.
Yeah. And when you started lashing, was there anything or anyone that discouraged you from lashing or wanting to lash?
No, I feel like everyone in my family was very supportive.
Okay.
I think maybe myself, I was being a little hard on myself because obviously the timing, not knowing a lot of people to work on. No, everyone was really supportive. I think what was discouraging was just hearing people tell you no.
Okay, like no, I don't want to. I don't want my lashes. I don't get them done.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and I'm not ready to be a baddie.
Exactly. And I'm like, I know I'm you. That's why you're saying no. But that was the only thing.
At that time, were you working in something, or like what were you doing when you first started lashing?
No, I was actually not working. No, I wasn't working.
Okay.
So that's how.
So you're like a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah, stay-at-home mom and a full-time student.
Okay.
Going to
Which,
school.
by the way, guys, Anna is a twin mom of 2 boys.
They're both 10 years old. And you also have a kid.
A 2-year-old, yes. And when I see my 2-year-old, I'm like, oh my god, how the F did Anna do it with 2? Because, damn.
No, it was
crazy.
It took a whole village to take care of my kids. Honestly, girl. Like, even my best friend, like, we would go to doctor's appointments together. She would carry one car seat and I would carry the other one, and they would be like, oh, you guys, one each. And I'm like, no, they're both mine. And even my best friend, I remember, she would be like, no, they're hers.
They're hers.
And I'm like, yeah, mine.
But they're not identical twins.
No, they're fraternal. Fraternal, so they're not identical.
Still freaking crazy, dude. Yeah, that was wild. That's wild. I wanted to ask you, I don't know actually. Oh, where do you lash?
Oh, so I actually work in Mission Valley. I have a suite. It's right off by Camino del Rio.
Okay. And we're actually like down the street neighbors.
Yeah, from each other. Yes,
yes.
Dude. So she's also in Mission Valley.
Yes. Just a couple buildings down. Literally. Just straight shooter right there.
For real.
We're neighbors.
Okay, so now I have some questions for you.
Okay.
What is something you wish you knew when you started?
Okay, that's a hard question, but I have an answer. Something I wish I knew when I started, and something people were telling me is that it's an oversaturated industry. Like everyone and their baby mama wants to be a lash tech. But I'm here to say, and I wish I would have thought of this before, is that there's really no competition when you stay in your own lane, because there's really money for everyone. People
are gonna go to you for who you are.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah. No, exactly. Literally. Like, yeah, everyone, I am in a suite with other lash artists and like another brow girl, and just because we do the same services doesn't mean that there's not even enough money to go around. And instead of kind of like looking into somebody else's work and like seeing what they're doing, just focus on what you're doing, focus on your craft, and focus on your business, and everything else is going to flourish and come to you. There's no reason to be looking over at the person next to you and see what they have and what you don't have, because comparing isn't going to get you anywhere. Just put your head down and like literally just work hard.
Exactly. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes, listen to that, okay? Because
there's no competition when you stay in your own lane.
Yes. So, what is your personality in 3 words?
Oh my god, you actually said this, and I'm very independent. I'm very driven. I feel like I've done a good job, at least in some situations, taking something bad and trying my best to turn it into something positive. And then the third one is passionate. Like, I'm very passionate about what I do. I'm genuinely passionate about helping other girls. And like I said earlier, like, there's no competition. There's nothing wrong with helping uplift each other, because at the end of the day, you do want to build like that girlhood and like that village, because when you need help or when they need help, it's always good to have someone you can go to, and vice versa. Yeah.
Okay, love that. Thank you. This, I don't think I have asked you, but what made you start lashing?
Well, I was just like in a situation that was a little tricky, and it was pressure, like just pressure to make a living. I started lashing right when COVID hit, and all I had was a little paying job at the time because I had gotten laid off, so I just got whatever job I could get, and it was barely paying the bills. So I was stuck at home and I had a stimulus check. So it was either pay my next month's rent or take a leap of faith and take a lash course and try to make some money as soon as possible, which didn't work out because it took me several months to learn how to lash and actually make some money, and then you needed a license. I didn't know that at the time. I did not know you needed a license, so it was just like a hobby. It was just a situation where I needed to make extra cash, and at the time I was getting my lashes done, or before that I was getting my lashes done religiously, and someone just had asked me like, well, would you ever consider doing lashes? And I was like, you know what, when I was in that situation, I was like, you know what, maybe I can do this. I was also seeing like the other lash girls. I'm like, oh damn, I'm paying them like $100, and then they have 3, 4, 5 clients a day. Like that's $400 or $500 that you could potentially, even $200 to $300 you could be making just lashing.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I have to do this. So yeah, it was just a bad situation where I had to hit the ground running.
Yeah. Okay, now I have a last question for you.
Okay.
How much did it take you to start lashing, money-wise? How much money did you spend to start lashing?
With school included, or no? Like just in supplies?
In supplies, like the first day that you were like, hey, you know what, I'm gonna start ordering stuff.
Okay. So I was broke. So I literally used whatever I could get out of my lash kit. Should I include the price of the course?
Oh, yeah, I mean, if you did.
Which actually,
course?
Yeah, I took a lash course. That was like the first thing I did, and I believe that was $500 at the time.
At that time.
Yes. And then I want to say I had gotten a recliner because my lash girl had a recliner and it was just super comfy. I preferred the recliner over the bed, so I believe that was like $300. So that's $800.
Yes.
And then with like the glue rings, the glue, the tweezers, and all of that, some of it came with the kit, but then you kind of find what tools you like better, like with your hand, like the tweezers. Some are a little lighter, some are a little heavier, they're a little stronger, so the grip is harder, you know. So I want to say with all that, I spent maybe like another $200 to $300. Yeah.
Okay. I remember I probably spent about $200 on supplies because I learned by myself on YouTube.
Yeah.
And so I just remember going on Amazon and I'm like, I need this, and this, and it was about like $200.
Which is not bad.
You know,
In today's world, though, everything's so expensive.
Everything is so expensive.
Just a couple months ago, like in August, I had ordered a lash tape that I use, and for the box of 24, it was $19.99, and I just recently had to reorder, and it was $55. It was like 2 times more, a little bit over than what it was just a couple months ago.
You know, I said that this was the last question, but I have another question for you. Where did you first start
lashing?
Yeah.
I started lashing from home. My roommate had moved out, so I had the room, and now I had to kind of make up for my roommate's rent, like as soon as possible. So I started using that room and I made it into a lash room. So I had my recliner there, and literally it was just like a girly lash room. So I started off from there. I think I have a picture. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm like, damn.
And then from lashing from home, did you find this place?
Yeah.
Or
So I started lashing from home like in 2020, and then I got this place in 2021 November, literally right when the day I actually graduated is the day I got my keys here.
oh wow,
Yeah.
accomplishments.
Yes,
You're like,
yeah.
check. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I started lashing from a shed.
Okay.
And it's like those wooden ones.
Yeah,
So-
like the ones that look like little casitas.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so we turned that into a little salon, and well, actually, yeah, because it had flooring, walls. I had
Okay.
the AC there.
Mm.
It would get so cold in there so quick.
Okay, right. So you were lashing from home, from a shed,
Yes.
and then you moved into your suite in 20.
In 2023, I
Okay.
actually departed ways with my shed. Yes,
Okay.
dude. I was like, I need something bigger.
Yeah.
So I found a suite with a beauty professional.
Mhm. Like a shared space.
Yeah, like a shared
Okay.
space. She had her own room. I had my own room.
Okay.
And then I kind of outgrew that space, and so then I found another suite,
Mhm.
and that's where I'm at currently.
Okay.
Which I love it too. The space is big. The lighting
It's
is
beautiful.
everything.
Your place is beautiful.
Your place is too, girl. And yeah, dude, I've been loving it there, and it's just nice.
Yeah, I moved into this place, I want to say in 2021. And I did want to touch up on that subject because at the time I had a specific budget, which wasn't huge. And I was just looking for a room because I didn't want to be lashing from home anymore. At this point, I did start having more clients and making a little bit of money where I thought I could afford a suite. And then also you don't want to have a bunch of strangers coming to your house.
Yeah.
And at some point I was like, damn dude, like what do my neighbors think just having all these girls coming in, dude? But when I was touring my current building, I was just looking for one room for myself, but then I walked by this specific suite and it was 3 rooms and like a reception area, and obviously it was like 4 times out of my budget. 4 times more out of my budget. Yeah. And I was like, ooh, can I see it? And she was like, girl, no. She was like, no, you can't afford this. And I was like, I'm not even. Yeah, and I was like, I'm just trying to see it. I just want to see it. So, and my man was with me, and he was like, girl, what are you doing? But yeah, I came in here, and honestly, I got super excited. I shouldn't have done that. Well, actually, I'm glad I did, because I got super excited, and I was like, oh my god, no, I could definitely do this. Like I've mentioned, I think I like working with other people. It's great to work by yourself, but like I said, you can very much learn from others. So I went home that day, and I was like, I really want it. Like, I don't fucking room anymore. I really want this. I told the property manager, and she was like, well, you need to prove to me that you can pay for it. So I didn't have the money for it either. I didn't have the money for the deposit, and I didn't have the money for the first month's rent. And I think because of the, I don't know, I think they were asking for 1.5 months and the deposit.
Oh.
And all of that stuff.
Girl, that
So-
was up.
Yeah. Well, when there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
I started selling feet pics. I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. I went home and I talked to my mom about it. And I'm not gonna lie, my mom, thank you, Mom. Thank you so much. She lent me the money, which was a couple grand.
You know my business right now. I'm like, thank you, Mom.
Shout out to our moms,
Yes.
because we wouldn't be here without you today. No, for real, like,
We
thank
love
you,
you,
mommy. Thank you. I love you. Yes. No, seriously. It really does take a village with not only raising kids, but like in business, like setting this
Yeah.
up. Anna's husband helped us out a lot, so shout out to
Yes.
JP. Thank you so much. But yeah, my mom lent me the money, and I came back and I signed the lease, and I was like, please just believe in me. So I did it. I signed, and then I got cold feet.
Oh
like
my
literally,
God.
like my feet were literally cold like the whole weekend. I swear they were literally cold. Physically, they were literally cold, and I was crying out weekend. I was like, what did I do? And then my man's over here like, girl, I told you, but whatever. My dad was also like, piénsala, like, you know, you just have to weigh the good and the bad. And anyway, I did it, and now we're here. We've been here for 4 years. So moral of the story is push yourself, get in uncomfortable positions where you're gonna literally have no choice but to push through. Like I said too, like when there's a will, there's a way, and sometimes you just gotta throw yourself in the wolves and see what happens and hope for the best.
Girl, you gotta risk it in order to know if you can make it or not.
Yeah. And if you didn't, at least you tried.
Yes, exactly.
At least you tried.
At least you tried.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know. Actually, when I first met you, and then I came here to get my lashes done, I was like, wow, I was really inspired by you. I was like, damn, this woman can do it. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, but like I said too, it does take a village. Like
a lot of work.
Yeah,
we
like
gotta put in the work.
Yes. And honestly, our partners. I know your husband does come around a lot, and he helps and he shows up. My husband too. Like he comes in and he's painted this place like a lot. My brother and my dad and anyone.
Yeah, dude, it's funny because my husband, he actually put in the whole little studio in the shed, and I just remember him like watching YouTube videos over and over again, like hammering things down. But yeah.
All you need is a hammer and a drill. Hopefully nothing falls when you're with the client.
Hopefully they did it right.
Yeah. Also, when you said you met me, you came. So I met Anna.
Oh yeah, should we talk about how we met?
Yes. So we met Anna. Me and my multiple personalities. Seriously, no. So we met like a year ago, a little bit over a year ago.
Dude, ever since we met, I don't think we've been in separate. Was that the
we haven't. We're just like like magnets.
Yes. So actually, we both have a friend in mutual.
Yeah.
And because it was her birthday celebration.
So that was my bestie sister that I've been knowing them since I was literally like in kindergarten.
Yes. And so her bestie sister, she was my bestie in elementary. And so she had a little pink boat party and
she invited us both. I don't think I had ever seen Anna before.
No, I've never seen you before either. And so, we were vibing in the boat and everything.
And then there was a bomb-ass charcuterie board in the middle of the boat. And I was like, who made this? Where'd you get this?
Me, I made it. And she's like, do you sell them? I'm like, no, girl, I only do it for, my close people.
So then I was like, damn, I gotta become her friend. I gotta be her friend because I need this charcuterie board in my life.
Dude, no, that charcuterie board was so bomb. But and then from there I came across your page, and we
didn't know. We were just vibing that night.
Yeah, we didn't even tell each other that we do lashes.
No, nothing.
No,
and neither did she. She didn't tell me nothing. She was just like,
she didn't even tell me who she invited.
Yeah, no. We just showed up and like, not random people, but it was like her close friends. Jackie was there, nail tech, yes, and then my best friend, and it was like we didn't know nothing until I got a request or something.
Yes, I was like, oh my god, is this her? Because I low-key couldn't really recognize her because her picture, I think you had like a very portrait professional one. And so
and I was not professional at all.
So I'm like, is this her? Trying to zoom in.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was like, okay, let me add her, and then yeah, that's when I was like, damn, she does lashes. Oh my gosh, she's licensed too. And I was like, oh,
and she's
girl.
a missionary too.
Yes, I was like, I need my lashes done, and so
then she came in, and then she's like, oh, I do lashes too, and I'm like, no way. Yeah. So I did her lashes, and then I started like peeking through her page, and I was like, oh fuck, like I really like her lashes too. So then we started doing each other's lashes.
So now we trade.
Yes.
And we also started going to lash events together. You know, we've been networking a lot together. Honestly, you're the best business partner ever, I think. No, honestly, because like I remember when I invited you to the premiere, and I was like honestly crossing fingers.
And that was in Anaheim.
Yeah,
because Anna told me about this event, and I had heard about it, but I thought it was more for like barbers or like cosmetologists, like hairstylists. So when she told me like, no, there's segments for lashes, I was like, oh shit. But then she was like, yeah, I go by myself, and I was like, what? Like, why?
You know, like I'm pushing myself up to be out there. But yeah, I think I went there for 3 years alone, and then that's when I invited you.
Yeah, you told me about it. She invited me, and I was like, yeah, let's go. So we went.
It was actually really fun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
We got little wigs too.
Wigs?
No, what's the angel? No, is it?
Oh.
What is it called?
Halo. Yeah, we bought hair extensions.
Hair extensions.
Do not leave us unattended. Because we just be swiping.
I know.
No, but yeah, that was a really good event. And then luckily that year, which was 2025, more lash events, kind of local, started popping off. So we're like, dude, let's go. Like the first one was really fun. And then we were like, okay, let's keep going. And then another one, and we started meeting more people that were in the same industry, because sometimes you do feel kind of lonely. Sometimes people can't relate to like your obstacles, your problems, and all of that. I didn't know anybody that I knew close that did lashes too, so it was sometimes a little hard, you know, like you have your man, but then they kind of don't want to hear about it.
They want to hear about the chismes though.
Yeah, they do want to hear about the chismes. But yeah, and then at one of those events,
oh my god, I know why you're laughing.
At one of those events, there was like a break, I think. Yeah, there was a break, or ya ni me acuerdo if it was before, during, or after.
No, it was a break, dude. Okay. I think, no, it was before. No,
I think it was before and after.
We went before and then
during a break.
When we came in all late and everybody.
Oh yeah, everybody was late. We got back a little late, and we were like in the middle of something. We're like, oh shit! Like I think they were like in the middle of a prayer, and we're like, all right, let's do it. let's join in real quick. Yeah. But yeah, during a break, we went across the street because it was in PV. Yeah. And if you know, PV's can get lit. Yeah, can get lit. The vibes are there. So we went across the street and we had a couple of drinks, and then we just started yapping. And with a little piece of napkin and a pen, we started writing down
ideas of what we wanted to do.
Because you do feel inspired going to these events. You start feeling inspired, and then you meet other girls, and you're like, oh my god, what are you up to? When I say you do feel inspired, you really do. So we just put our heads together.
Even though we were a little buzzed, we're still dreaming.
We're still dreaming.
We're still dreaming.
Yeah. So then, yeah, that's where this idea came from. We're like, dude, we should do a podcast. And at the time, we're like, yeah, let's just do a podcast. Sounds so easy.
Not realizing how hard it is to like set up everything.
Yes, it takes a lot of trial and error and help and like researching and all of that. But
you know, honestly, when we were writing those ideas in the napkin, I was like, damn, are we even gonna follow through? You know, like
that was what, I think June.
Yeah, last year,
June. And then
summer hit, we were busy.
Yeah.
And then the holidays, we were busy.
And then we're like, dude, we gotta do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you surprised me when you were like, dude, I have the notes written down in my phone. I was like, no way. Yeah. I was like, let's get to it.
So we just had to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, what started us or made us have that little push was that for Christmas, my husband gave me he gave me a mic and some cords. But it's funny because I actually opened, so he had everything stacked up.
Yeah.
And I was already opening the little box. And he's like, no, don't open up that one yet. And I was like, why? And I'm like still opening it. And I'm like, some cords. I'm like, why do I want cords?
These Christmas presents are getting worse every year.
And then he's like, okay, open up the other one. And I was like, okay. And then I opened it. And I'm like, oh, the mic, it makes sense. You know? So, yeah, that's what I told you.
And then like, Anna came to get her lash one. She's like, friend, I got the mic. You gotta get the mic. And I was like, okay, send me the link. So she sends me the link, and then we order them, and then we just started doing things. Yeah. Which was kind of crazy because it took us like 6 months to sit on it, and then we did it in like 6 days.
Actually, yes.
Yeah, so that was pretty fun. But we also, when we were talking about we should start a podcast, we did have some great ideas about what we wanted the podcast to be about. And like I said, sometimes you feel a little lonely, sometimes you feel a little stuck, or you don't know what to do, or you can't really if you don't really have anybody in your life that you can really relate to. So we know what that feels like, and we know what it's like to be in certain situations and like with clients, but we wanted to build a platform where we could talk about all of that, and in hopes of helping other people that are just like us. Yeah.
Also educate you guys with maybe some things that you guys may not know for the beginners.
Not just the beginners, but maybe like girls that have been in the industry for a while and you like want to get a suite. Maybe you're still lashing from home. Like, how do you get a suite? How do you get approved? How do you, like, where do you go? When do you feel like you're ready to quit your job and go full-time lashing? So there's a lot that just goes into that.
And be state board ready too.
Yes, you know? State board ready. Yes, because it is really important, FYI, in the state of California, you must be a licensed esthetician or cosmetologist in order to do lashes.
Yes.
So whoever is making these courses and just saying, yep, you're ready to go, maybe you have the skill, but you still need the licenses, because at the end of the day, if you want to build a business and make it stable enough for you to afford your life, you need to do it the right way. And there is a way. You just have to do a couple extra more steps and maybe invest a little more, but I promise it's worth it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so to wrap this up, I want to ask you one more question.
Okay.
What is an advice that you can give to a new beginning upcoming lash artist?
Ooh. Don't give up. Those fans are gonna get better.
Those fans.
No, because if you know, it's so hard to learn how to fan. I honestly started off fanning with like easy fans, and then
oh my god, dude.
I know.
He just took me to memory lane with those fucking strips.
And then one of my current the girl that was doing my lashes at the time, she went from easy fans to like regular fanning, and I was like, dude, how'd you do it? Because that shit's hard. Like, I didn't get taught when I went to my course. I didn't get taught like that. And she was like, dude, I just told my client that I was gonna need a lot more extra time on her, and I just did it. And honestly, I took her advice and I was like, fuck it, I just have to do it. Dude, I just have to learn. And it took some practice, and it felt like I was starting all over.
It does. Honestly.
Yeah, like you're relearning, but once you get it down and you're good. But your fans are gonna get better. Be patient with yourself, invest in your education. watch videos. I watched a lot of TikToks. I watched a lot of YouTube videos. YouTube University is your best friend. And it's all trial and error. What maybe works for me doesn't work for Anna, and vice versa. You're gonna find the right tools. Just keep trying lash brands, keep trying different glues, check your humidity, check your, I don't know, like your bonder, maybe your glue, all of that stuff, until you find what's comfortable for you and what works. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So something I would advise to new lash artists is master your isolation. You know, do the basics first. So don't try to do right away like what's trending. You know, with clean work, you will also have good lash health, because the lash health is very important for your clients.
I feel like that should be like the number one priority.
Yes.
Because I feel like lashes, or getting lash extensions, has to a certain point like a bad rep.
Yeah.
Because people are like, oh, I don't want to get lashes because it's going to damage my eyelashes.
Yeah. Exactly.
When in reality,
the lash cycle is...
Yeah, and it's your lash tech. Like, you need to make sure she's doing a good job.
Exactly.
And taking your lash health into consideration.
Yeah.
There's another thing, though. When you're first starting off, you want to tell everyone you know that you're doing lashes, and just get on social media and post. I'm not gonna lie, I do slack a little bit on social media, due to a couple of reasons, but Anna's really good with it, and I feel like social media can bring you a lot of clients.
Yes.
So just post, ask everyone to repost you, tag people, tag different places, and what one post, maybe you will get 1 like, and maybe tomorrow you'll get 100, and that's okay.
With that being said, thank you for tuning in with us.
Thank you for listening to our first podcast episode. We would really appreciate if you guys can go ahead and comment down below any topics that you guys want us to talk about in the future episodes. And we would really appreciate if you guys can like, share, and subscribe to our channel, as we are starting, and you guys will be hearing from us soon.
Yes, we want to grow too, so please support.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Oh my God.